and welcome back to 52 Weeks of Beauty. Today's video is going to be about tape-in hair extensions and applying them yourself at home. I have been wearing hair extensions for about 7 years now, and I have tried all sorts. I've tried the weave-in where they braid it into your hair. I have tried the fusion where they glue in actual like strands clumped together and then they glue that into your hair. I have tried like gluing the actual weft to my hair with hair glue. I have tried everything that I think. I've done the micro bead hair extensions. I have tried clip-in hair extensions. I actually love hair extensions so much that a few years ago I created my own brand. It's called Miss Flirty Hair Extensions, and there's me on the back. And these are clip-in hair extensions, and I love clip-ins, but there's also times where I want it to be more secure, and I would like it to be totally in my hair. Maybe if I'm going swimming or something like that, where I don't want to have to feel like I have to take them out at the beach and then go in the water, or that sort of thing. I just kind of want to have long flowing hair while I'm in the water. So times like that, tape-in hair extensions are perfect. And one day I was in a beauty salon reading a magazine, and I was reading an article about Lauren Conrad, and she said that she had done hair extension, different types before, and one particular type made her feel like there were bugs in her hair when she would touch her hair. It could be like little bitty spots of, maybe it was probably the fusion or strand by strand or the micro bead, which I totally can relate to. And she said she now uses tape-in hair extensions, and she loves it because it's super flat. She can put her hair in a ponytail, and it's really easy to do. So she actually does it a little different than I'm going to show here. She actually has them installed in 1-inch pieces, 1 to 2-inch pieces throughout her hair, and kind of scatters them all over, and it probably does create a little bit more movability and maybe more of a natural look, just slightly more natural. But I think that would be really, really difficult to do on your own self, and since this is a DIY project, I figured it would just be nice and easy to do it in weft sections, which is just putting about 4 different pieces in your hair. And that's what I do, and I love it, and it feels great. It's just nice and flat and easy. After I read the magazine article about Lauren Conrad, I went crazy searching for information online. I looked on YouTube, I looked all over the internet. I just had a few major questions, like, can I shower with these in? How do you remove them? Do they damage your hair? How long do they last? What kind of tape do you use? Where do you buy these tape-in hair extensions? Do they sell them anywhere? Can I make them on my own? So I went and researched forever, and I finally figured everything out. And I am here to say I've been wearing tape-in hair extensions for probably close to a year now, and they last about 6 weeks. You can shower with them in. There is companies that sell them already pre-made. I've never bought any of those. I actually buy the tape separate, and the hair extensions I have. So I have clip-ins, I remove the clips, and then I put the tape on. And I just think that way is, it's just easy. You can do it yourself. You don't have to taped in already. Hair extensions seem to be a little pricey. So this is actually a more affordable way of doing it. And the removal process, I don't believe it damages your hair. I'll go through the removal process in another video, and I'll actually kind of tell you a few tips at the end of this video too on how to shower with them in and how to care for them after you install them. So let's go ahead and get started. So just a recap of what you'll need: hair extensions, a flat iron, hair clips, a rat tail comb, Walker no shine tape, scissors, and a mirror, and a cute blanket. Okay, so I am using clip-in hair extensions. You don't have to use clip-in hair extensions. You could use any wefted hair, but this is what I have on hand, so I'm going to use this. I'm going to go ahead and take a scissors. Usually like a smaller scissors works better. And I'm going to go ahead and cut all of the clips off. I want to make sure I'm just kind of tugging at the clips a little bit to pull the thread up, so I cut the thread and not the actual weft of hair. I'm going to go ahead and do that with all of the actual wefts. I have them separated into different with sizes. Make sure that when you are taking the clips off, there'll be a little bit left of the thread, sometimes trapped in the weft. Just kind of pull that out. That way you won't have little pieces of thread coming out of the actual extensions. So I'm going to go ahead and take all of the clips off, all of my wefts of hair, and then I am going to make sure I clean up the area, get all the clips out of the way, all the loose pieces of thread. I like to just grab a big roll of tape and just go all over the area and make sure that there is no little pieces of thread hanging out and having a good time while I'm trying to apply the tape to my extensions. So after I clean up this area, we will bring out the tape and we will be ready to apply the tape to the extensions. Okay, so now we're ready. You're just gonna grab a weft of hair without the clips and your tape. I'm using Walker double-sided tape. It is the 1/2 inch size. It's 1/2 inch by 6 yards long, and it's extremely sticky. It's a good idea in between each time that when you put the tape down, to maybe put it on plastic or something else, because it can pick up lint of other things too. I'm obviously not very good about that because I just put it on the blanket. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this on all the wefts. I'm going to set them aside for now after I've taped both sides. When you are taping the hair, you want to make sure the top of the tape is even with the top of the extension weft. And while we're talking about tape, this tape is actually toupee tape. Fun, huh? It's meant to last 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, so the hair that I'm actually using is double wefted already, but if your hair is not double wefted and it's single wefted, let me show you a little piece of hair that is, so you can maybe see that it's double wefted. I can't really get a good close-up of this, but if you can kind of see the middle, there's another weft sewn on the first weft on the other side. So if it's already double wefted, it's probably thick enough so you can just do 1 pack of hair and 1 roll of tape, for 1 install. But if you do have single wefted hair, you are going to want to maybe double up your tape in. So I'm going to go ahead and show you now what I mean. So you're just going to apply the tape like you did normally, and then you are going to apply the other side too, like we did. And then you're going to peel off one side, put another weft of hair on there, and then finish it up with another piece of tape. And you will notice here in just a little bit how strong this tape is. It could literally almost have taken off my nail polish. I was afraid it was going to. Here it goes. Yep, so strong. And it's just, like I said, it's super, super sticky, so just be careful. And after we finish all this, now comes the fun part. This is such an important step. And if you don't do this part, I honestly don't think the tape and hair extensions will work. So I am just using a flat iron that's heated to 400 degrees, and I am going through it very quickly. You don't need to hold the flat iron onto the tape because I really think that would make it melt like all over the extensions. You really just want to clamp, and done. And I would say your clamp should literally be maybe 1/2 second to 1 second, and then just kind of go through them all. Be careful of your fingers, and then just set them aside. Okay, so now I'm in my bathroom and I am kind of just going to measure my hair. I have a mirror hung up on one of those command hooks that's on my door so I can see the back of my hair. But I am going to go ahead and kind of measure everything, make sure that's what I want. I'm going to take a rat tail comb and I'm going to go ahead and make a part. This part is very important. You want to make sure that you have a very clean line, that you don't want anything uneven at all. So take your time, make sure you get exactly a perfectly clean line. And also, I like to start my first row above, like maybe at the very top of my ears, in between, so I could put my hair in a ponytail. So now I'm going to grab the weft. I'm going to peel off the tape. This is very, very hard to do. It takes a little time, but it's super sticky when you get both sides off. I just lay it on the part, right on the part, and I'm gentle and I shake the rest of my hair down over it. Now there are other ways you can do this. You could definitely just take a little line of hair above this tape and just lay that little line of hair over it if you want to be more precise, but I feel like this works well and it kind of goes with the flow of my natural hair. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep doing this, and I'm putting in about, I think, 3 or 4 rows. And just for fullness and thickness, my natural hair isn't very full or thick. Some people might only need a couple rows, depending on if you're just doing this for length or, thickness or anything like that. But I'm really going for overall length and thickness. Okay, so you will notice that after I take about a minute to get the tape off each side, that actually probably is a little time consuming because you want to be gentle. You don't want to pull the sticky residue off the weft. You want to make sure that it really sticks. And then I just will put it on my head and, like I said, let the hair fall down. But I want to push too over and top of the weft and make sure that I'm sealing it and getting the, tape to really, really adhere to my actual hair, my real hair. Okay, so I'm going to keep going with this. Also, you'll notice on this next part that I do, I actually don't have a weft that's as wide because see how I'm going kind of almost the entire top of my head, just because I want hair a little bit closer to the front of my face. So the wefts are not long enough. So in this section, I will actually use 2. So you're going to apply the first one, shake your hair out, then re-find the area that's even with the last weft for the little bit of space you have left to do, and you're going to reapply another little smaller section. I did want to mention that every time I install my tape-in hair extensions, I do about 3 to 4 rows of wefts, and I keep the wefts about 3/4 inches in height away from each other. Okay, so this is the finished result, and I just love how it blends so nicely, and it's so flat to my head and so flat when I touch it and everything. I can put my fingers through my hair still. I haven't, done any cutting obviously, but you can layer your hair, make it a little bit more flowy and natural. Right now this is not even cut at all, but you can even do pigtails, and it's just, I don't know, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so that was my application of my at-home tape-in hair extensions, and they usually last about 4 to 6 weeks. Like I said, I could get a little bit longer sometimes depending on how, how many times I actually wash my hair. So here's a few tips that are really, really important. Is you can wait a day or 2 after you install the extensions to wash your hair. That is the most important. If you don't wait at least 24 hours after you apply the tape-in hair extensions, they will fall out like right in front of your eyes. So I've done that before. Just, you have to be patient, and it's so important to be patient. So if you can wait a day or even 2 before you shower after you install them, you will have long-lasting, beautiful tape-in hair extensions that you won't have to worry about them slipping or falling or anything like that. When I actually follow those instructions, I have 0 trouble. I wash my hair probably 2 to 3 times a week, and basically you're going to wash your hair kind of like just normal, like this. I don't really scrub at the area the tape is. You can pat the soap, you can pat the conditioner, all of that just fine. I want to show you what it looks like right now. So after it's been in, you can kind of see some of the little pieces of hair fall all over the tape. So I hope you can kind of see in there. Let's see if we can get another little piece. I don't know, it's kind of hard to like see probably. I don't know how well I'm doing, but so anyway, but it's super, super, super flat, and I love it, I love it, I love it. I think I've already said that like 3,000 times. You can dry your hair the same too. So you just dry your hair like normal. I even flip my hair upside down, dry it upside down just like I would if it was just my natural hair. The tape is really important. There are a lot of other tapes out there. This is the one I like the best. Make sure it's a 1/2 inch wide though, because there are some that look just like this that actually have 2 little 1/4 inch rolls stuck together. When you undo this plastic, the rolls come apart, and that 1/4 inch just isn't enough room to secure the hair into your own hair. So I would do a 1/2 inch for sure. If you get a little bit wider, sometimes they sell inch wide. You could just cut it in half. That would be fine too. But this one just seems to be really nice and simple. It's kind of, already done for you, so to speak. So I think that's everything for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I will do a removal process on how to remove tape-in hair extensions in an upcoming video, probably in a week or two. Until then, I hope you guys are having a great week. I'll see you again next week. Bye.